the time we were having during the intro, man?
The intro is banging, man. That goes going on, and I start going and going and going.
Right.
Ah! What up, Nikki?
Man, today it's a great day. I literally just hopped out of the pool and St. was like, I'm ready. I'm like, let's go. Let's get it up, man.
Let's go.
Super
Dude,
cool.
man, what a week it's been. Just so that you are on top of your game, man. The market is hot. The world is hot. Everybody's back out there. So let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, we were just talking about this before too, when we're looking at inventory right now, right? Everybody says, yeah, when they look at the market, how many homes on the market, they're like, man, it's so low, but homes are just selling so fast. By the time they hit the market, they're gone.
Yeah.
So when you look at the market, it might seem like a lot. I saw a great video by one of these agents, that we were working with, and she shoots great content, and she's like, look, it's not that inventory's low. Like, all the homes we're selling right now are off market. So you got to be working with some agents that know other agents that are doing these things that are off market. So it's not been hitting the MLS. Dude. So yeah, go ahead.
They call it a seller's market. They call it a buyer's market. They call it all of this other shit. It is a realtor's market. It is the R. Ooh. It is the R. So that R, that little R that relate that Realtor R.
Yeah.
Stands for relationships. It's the relationships with the buyers, yes. It's the relationships with the sellers, yes. But damn it, agents, it's the relationship with each other.
Ooh.
This is how you broker deals.
Hold up. And say that one more time. Say that one more time.
It is the R, that little R, that Realtor R that everyone wears on their chest, and the lapel pin, and this and that, stands for the relationship that we have with each other. Woo! It is that relationship in this kind of market that gets all deals done. All deals get done based on, hey, Nick, listen, my guy just went by and saw your place. He thinks it's amazing. Wow. Let me ask you this. What can I get my buyer to do to get your seller jazzed up about his offer?
Yeah.
Now, yeah, there might be 20 other offers, but I got a personal relationship with you. We got a professional relationship. You're going to point my buyer in the right direction.
Right. Man, I'll tell you what. So the topic I want to cover here today is what to do when you're stuck, right? Because I know a lot of agents right now, they're feeling stuck almost. Even though, like we said, there's a lot of deals happening. They might not just all be hitting MLS, I always be seeing them, but there's a lot of deals happening. But for the agents out there right now who are stuck, who are looking for that business, Sekou, I know you're fired up about this topic.
I love this topic.
I'm tossing it over your way. what you got for me?
So grabbing the ball, right? So check this out, man. So I look forward to a market where there's multiple offers, over asking, bids are being won and lost in like 24 hours, 48 hours. Everybody gets all panicked and they lose their shit over it. They're like, oh, well, how do I get an offer accepted in a market like this? And things are bananas and things are crazy and things like that. I'm going to tell you like this. If there's a product that is selling so rapidly on the block,
right,
everybody on the block is going to be looking. So I'm going to just give you guys a little simple formula, right? So watch this. If Joe down the block sold his house and it was over asking, and there were so many bids that he had to choose from it, and he's an idiot, I know I could sell my house for more than what it's worth.
Right.
So it's a simple formula.
What's that?
The guy that doesn't shovel his snow the right way, the guy that doesn't clip his lawn the right way is selling his house over asking. My formula is every seller thinks their house is better than the next. Every single seller, single owner on the block thinks their house is better than the next. So watch this.
All right, what do you got?
Call them. Wait, let me lean in it a little further. Call them. Contact them. So watch this. You got a property that's sold in 24 to 48 hours. Right. Whether you were the listing agent, the buyer's agent, or none of the above. Right? Call every neighbor on the block and be like, listen, They sold the property so fast, there's at least 20 more buyers for this property, and it went over asking.
Right.
So they see the value. Let me ask you this. What number makes sense for you to listen to offers? Just that simple sentence, that simple question. Now, if you're a realtor worth your salt, you've established a relationship with the listing agent. You've established a relationship with the buyer's agents or buyer's agents, right? That have attempted to sell, have attempted to buy, and you understand what it went for or what the range was or how far over asking. And you can just turn around and be like, hey, guess what? Watch this. So simple tip from Sekou Krem.
Yeah.
Right? Property sells in 24 hours. Call every neighbor and be like this, exactly like this, right? You say, hey.
Oh, no. Come on, Sekou. Come back to me. You're leaving us on a cliffhanger here, man. Oh, my. Look, we did not time that. We did not time that, guys. We did not time for Sekou to leave us on a cliffhanger. So what we're going at here, I mean, it's basically the circle dialing method, right? But it's very circle dialing with intention, right? So it's making sure that, you know, when that property sells for over asking, you have multiple offers, you have other people coming in, that we're calling around there, letting people know, like, hey, there were 16 other offers. There were 15 other interested people that were ready to go over asking price. What would be that number that you would need to get to that point? Let's see if we can add Sekou and take him back here. Nope. All right, we just lost Sekou here. That's perfectly fine. You know, it's funny. I was just talking about how this happened to me the other day, and it's funny how it's going to come back here around here today. But as far as the content goes, too, because, guys, the masterclass is SekouKrem.com. We go over calling. We go over content. We go over exactly what you need right now in this market to go ahead and take that over. So check that out, our virtual masterclass. It is SekouKrem.com. I know Sekou will be coming back here in a second. But the content portion of this, too, is, you know, a lot of times right now, what I'm seeing from agents is absolutely terrifying the sellers in this market. We're scaring the shit out of them because all we're saying is there's no homes. You'll have nowhere to go. The market is scary. Like, the homes are going so fast. Like, right now, we have to be very intentional with our posts to show that this is a positive, right? So many times, you know, it's the same thing with the news. You know, we're so inundated with these negative thoughts. We're so inundated with these negative thoughts about what's happening in the world. And all of a sudden they come on Facebook and they're seeing realtors post about what's negatively happening to the market. Is it going to crash? Are these things happening? And in reality, we have no clue what's going to happen. Sekou, hold up. We're coming back to you, man. You left us on a cliffhanger there, brother.
My brother.
All you have to do is
dink, and then I disappeared. Listen. So I didn't want to interrupt your statement there, and I appreciate the fact. I'm sorry that the internet is so unstable. All you have to do, quite literally, is just call up the neighbors. Right? If things are selling for over asking and multiple offers and they're going so fast, instead of panicking and being mad, what you do is you call up the neighbors and be like, "Hey, don't worry. If your friends or family or whatever." Wanted to put an offer on this place and didn't get a chance to because it went so fast, we're going to have another one selling in the neighborhood soon.
Ooh.
So what happens? I call up a seller or I call up an owner. I tell him that the property that's down the street from him, Joe that doesn't know how to clean his lawn the right way, sold for over asking.
Right.
And that if his people didn't get a chance to put an offer on it, don't worry. We're going to have another one in the area for sale soon. Now, what happens? That person goes, well, shit, how much over asking did it go?
Yeah.
You will probably find another seller. You will definitely find another buyer. You'll show through social proof, you're calling them and connecting buyers and sellers. You'll show that you're an active agent. You'll show what they're going to do, what you're going to do for them as a buyer. So they have to be, there's not going to be any fear about them missing out. And that the integrity of the business is there because you're working in conjunction with the other agents in the area in order to get things sold.
Yeah.
Instead of panicking, rally and build inventory, build momentum, and do your job. Create relationships.
Man, you know what's that word panic came up again, and
Yes, sir.
that's what I'm seeing, and it's almost frustrating to me because I work with a lot of real estate professionals, right? When I say professionals don't hit that panic button when that first
you can't,
right? And for me right now, like what I'm seeing through content, what I'm seeing on social media, it's almost panic. It's not almost, it is panic. And what happens when the professional, because here's the thing, a lot of people see other realtors as professionals. They see them panic, and what do? They panic, and then they spread that panic, and they spread that fear. So right now, more than ever with the market, and like we said, it's not that there's like, okay, historically low inventory. These homes are just selling so damn quick that you're not seeing them on the market. A lot of these homes aren't even hitting the MLS. They're going like, because it's just happening so fast. So right now, more than ever, it's more important to not instill that panic in your sellers. Because look, you make those posts about this, like, and especially, my biggest thing is
the memes.
These damn memes. Keep them in real estate private groups. Like, look, there are good, funny memes that have like good humor, right? I know one of my what's his name? He has like a whole meme collection that helps you make more sales, and that's a great product that they have going on, right?
That's Ruben.
Oh, Ruben has it. I know. Man, I can't remember his name. He's with Stuman and like those guys, and he has a great one. But with that being said, Druvy, I think it's Druvy that does it. But then there's these other memes that like make fun of your sellers, that like make fun of your buyers, and I'm like, they're probably friends with you on Facebook. And guess what? Even if I'm not like pinpointing you specifically, if I'm working with you, my first initial thought is, are they talking about me? Are they by me?
Yeah.
Right? And then guess what? If I'm looking for an agent and I see you making fun of your clients on your feed, I'm not gonna want to work with you, right?
Well, you make a really good point, and you're I consider you, my marketing coach. I consider you my social media coach. I consider you my relationship development coach, my digital relationship development coach. I like that. That's awesome. Digital relationship development coach, right? And so in creating that relationship, the relationship that we are creating is parasocial.
Yeah.
Right. And so in the parasocial sort of agreement, in the parasocial relationship agreement, the perception of a relationship is more powerful than the actual relationship.
Yeah.
So if the perception of the relationship is more powerful and the relationships that you have with other people is negative because of your memes and because of this, ergo my relationship with you is negative.
Right.
And it's almost troll-like. You're trolling me as a buyer. You're trolling me as a seller.
You are literally trolling the people that feed you and your family.
Yeah.
Like what do they say? Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Some of y'all are chopping that damn hand off, right? So to flip it around, how can we post positively? How can we instill reassurance? How can we instill confidence into the marketplace? Confidence that, look, your home will sell. Look, that's a good. Is that not a good thing? Right?
Yeah.
Your home will sell over asking price. If you're a buyer, there are plenty of homes that you can still work with other agents. You could call around because there was multiple people looking for those areas. These are good problems, quote unquote problems, first world problems we having right now. Great problems to have. But it's all about how we perceive it as professionals, because the way we perceive it as professionals is the way our audience and everyone else in the community will perceive it. If the real estate agents freak out about the real estate market, the community will freak out about
the market must be terrible.
Yeah.
The market must be terrible. I'll tell you this, based on what you said, man, the land, sea, and air approach is the only approach right now.
What's that? Like, so we can say that sometimes, like, let's define what that means.
So let's do it like this, right? So I am a calling agent. I believe in phone calls, lead generation through phone calls, through contact creation, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Let's call that land right now. Let's just call that the land approach. You are a content creator and a content contact creator, right? Yeah. And so a digital relationship developer, and let's call that the air approach, right? And then there's the C approach, which is like old school emails and mailers and door knocking and things like that, where it it's not the most technologically advanced version of communication, but it is probably the most solid relationship development that you could probably do.
Right.
So instead of these companies that are out there saying, don't do this, or don't do these things, do this thing, and don't waste your time doing one thing, what we are suggesting, what you have suggested, and what has been proven true over and over again, it is a combination of the Lancian Air approach to this challenge. And what if you were visible in the community? And what if you are reaching out to folks? And what if you were visible in the digital community and everything was covered to the point where it was natural, it wasn't forced? Right. And when I called you up to connect with you about a property, about an offer, about whatever, you already knew me, you already heard me, you already trust me. Right. And now it's just a conversation with this guy that has been permeating the community with positivity and contribution. Exactly. That is the Lancian Air approach from my perspective.
Yeah.
Did I hit it on the nut?
Man, you nailed it. You nailed it. And that's where it comes down to. I mean, I was in this great meeting yesterday. Soto Legacy. Shout out Rebecca Nosway that they put on. And Eric, Ronnie Figueroa's like head of operations, I believe. I don't know what his title is, but Eric came in and he's like, you know, you're all telling me like how there's no one that you can talk to and all this. He's like, when's the last time when you guys door knocked?
Yeah.
When's the last time that you guys did that? Right?
Yeah.
So, and it's like, especially right now when that property has 15 offers, there were 14 other people who are looking to get in a home just like everybody else's. But what happens? Is it fear of going and door knocking again? Is it are some of us too good to go door? Like, so like for me, it's, are you willing to get more business? Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Are you willing to pick up the phone? Are you willing to shoot a video? Are you willing to door knock? Or would you rather be more willing to sit there and complain about the market? Look, you can't go cashing complaints.
I do have a perspective.
Many have tried, but
yeah, they try to cash in on complaints.
That takes them yet, right?
I tell you what, they also try to cash in on leads.
Ooh.
And so here's the thing, and this is my perspective.
Hold on, you're getting into something here. This was talked about yesterday too. So
they try to take the leads, put the leads in their pocket like they were checks, and they ain't checks.
Yeah.
Until you check in on them, until you follow up on them, until you do this. But I'm gonna give you this perspective. Yeah. You said, what is it? Is it fear?
Yeah.
Is it this? Is it that? My perspective is that we are in this stage of the game where technology is so strong, so powerful, so advanced that agents are in the leverage version of their business before they start the business version of their business.
Ooh.
Right? So agents are trying to look how to make things simpler, but they don't have the thing yet. They don't have the business yet. I tell you what, we're closing close to 300 transactions a year, every year consistently, right? So I have to figure out a way, A, how to get more, and B, how to make what we're doing simpler.
Yeah.
An agent that's not closing more than 12 deals a year, all they have to focus on is how to grow right now.
Yeah.
They don't have to figure out how to make it simpler. They got to figure out how to make it. And I'll tell you what I've learned is that the average agent isn't even doing 4 transactions a year.
And you know, it's crazy. Like what you just said too, if you cannot properly call, follow up, and shoot content to a lead, don't go buy more leads, right? Like that's like buying more leads, going to new source. It's not going to solve your problem, right? The problem, hate to say it, is you all don't have Sekou Kren to follow the right course to make sure you know exactly what to do, right? It's about how you follow up with the leads. It's how you reach out. That's the conversion. It's not the type of lead.
Yeah.
That's not what it is. It's not the market. It's not no matter what the market is, it is never, ever, ever the market. That is not the issue at hand.
Ever.
Realtors we discussed during the real crash, like during that time, they built their business.
Yes.
Because they followed systems. They followed the process. They were
built through adversity.
Yeah.
Through the adversity. Use the adversity. Use the lack. When I had a broker that used to tell me when everyone else was running away, that's when I'm running towards.
Yeah.
if everyone else is selling, that's when I'm buying.
Right.
Right?
If nobody's sending emails, I'm blasting them out. Look,
yeah.
I'll say this again and again and again. Email is never dead. Email is not dead. I won't say never, but it is not dead. It is just not being done right and it's not being done consistently enough, right? Email's not dead. Door knocking's not dead. Calling's not dead.
You got to do it all.
Yeah.
Land, sea, air. Land, sea, air.
Sure as hell not dead. It is consistency of it all. And on top of that, too, right now, more than ever, do not instill panic. Guys, let's take a look at where we're at right now. You know, we went through this pandemic, all this crap that was going on, like the election, like all these things that were instilling panic in everyone's life. And then you have the realtor instilling panic in the market. It is our duty and responsibility to ensure people that right now, like, instill that positivity, change the narrative, instill the positivity.
I love it.
Great. We're helping a lot of people. Hey, 20 offers, guess who won? Let's go. Come on. Like instill that positivity. People are selling quick. People are making money. It is a great time to be alive and be in this market.
Hell yeah.
Our content, our emails, everything we're doing.
It's when you grow through adversity. Yep. It is the resistance that raises the plane. Right? That's what gives you the lift.
Right.
That's what gives you the lift. The lift is the resistance. So face it. Put your nose towards it and work your stuff, your systems, work your ass off a little harder. Yeah. And what will happen is that when you are through this section and a different kind of market comes, not a better or a worse, you're going to be all the better for it.
Man, that is the way to look at it. A different market. It's never better or worse. It is just different, and there's another way to approach it.
I love it, man. Look, Sekou Creme, we're here for you. There's all this information that's out there. If you just embrace it, if you just look, prove me wrong. You know, rock my system. Right. You know, prove me wrong. Prove Nick wrong. Do this for 90 days. Work your ass off for 90 days and let's see, you know, Nick, last but not least for me, and then I'll shut the hell up. You know, I could go on forever and ever. Dude, we are finishing, wrapping up this thing called March to $1 Million.
Yeah.
Where we challenged everybody in our ecosystem. Every agent, no matter what market they're in, to put $1 million worth of real estate under contract in the month of March. Either listing, buyer agency agreement, whatever it was. People are now in the 2 and 3 million range. New agents surprising themselves, going, "What? Oh, this is all I had to do?" I'm like, "Yeah."
But again, this is what comes down to why a lot of people who just get in the business too, or they come back from a conference while it's hot. It's that honeymoon phase, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to do everything I'm supposed to. I'm going to make the calls. I'm going to role play. I'm going to go over my scripts. I'm going to shoot the videos. And then you get away from that, and it's like, why is it? No. We just got to get back to the basics, get back to doing the simple things that we need to do to grow our business. And we cover that in Sekou Creme. Go check it out. Last but not least, Honey Badger's up.
Honey Badger's, baby. I see you. I saw the tag. All right. I'm a tattoo commitment to capping.
You got to me, man. Right there.
You raised the bar, brother. You raised the bar.
Raising the bar. All right, guys, let's crush it. You know what it is, Sekou Creme. We'll see you, brother.
Later, bro.